And we're live.
And we're live.
Okay.
Have you got your stage makeup on?
We were just reading the chat. Gary reckons you were just waiting for me to put my stage makeup on.
No,
so
that was Stu.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Gary.
No.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, so this is my stage makeup. Isn't it great?
Ta-da!
Anyway, welcome to our regular Sunday hangout. We do have some stuff to share with you. As you've seen from the title, we are tat addicts. We have to confess. I called this Tat Addicts Anonymous.
All right. We have to stand up and say, my name is Andrea and I am a tat addict.
If you like, go for it. So yeah, you may have seen the little vlog we did when we went out to a Jumble sale. Let me just bring the mic a bit nearer.
Yeah. We're not muted today, are
We're
we?
not muted, are we?
I hope not.
I'll never forget that one where we were talking for like 2 or 3 minutes. Two shows in a row. Yeah, nobody could hear us. So yeah, you may have seen the vlog that Andrea and I made when we went to a Jumble sale and then a weird little tabletop sale. So we're going to share the stuff we picked up in that, really.
Yeah.
Monty is with us.
He's trying to get out, but
trying to escape. So yeah, welcome. Let me just pop into the chat, see who's in. I know there's lots of people chatting away. We've already got 61 people in, so welcome to the show. First in was Lucy, then we've got Adams Reselling, Peter Stephen, Peter Ray's in there. Hi mate. Bumcrack Picker, Carol, lots and lots of people popping in to say hi. RJ Discounts, not a name I remember seeing before. Callum. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, we are resellers. We buy and sell whatever we can get our hands on eBay and Amazon, and we do it. This is how we earn our living, and we share what we do on YouTube. Really,
yeah,
that's about it. For some reason, people watch.
As exciting as that.
Yeah. So, yeah, how are we going to do it? I do have some things to mention.
Okay.
This is as organised as I get. I've written some little post-it notes. I need to say hi to...
No bullet journals for you.
Oh, God, no. This is about as organised as I can possibly get. I need to say hi to Karen. Used to be called CP Crafts and More, is now like No Crafts or something. I don't know if Karen's in the chat. Let me scroll down to the end, actually. Oh, there's Phoebe in there as well. Hi there. And Gary. Chelsea. Hi, mate. Wow, there's loads of chat going on.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
There she is. Karen's just popped in saying
hi there.
Just
more.
When we did the vlog, I was at my sister's house rummaging through, well, you can see some of the CDs here. And I shared that I'd managed to find a few Foo Fighters ones. Well, Carol messaged to say that she wanted them, so we've arranged that. So these will be... Carol? Karen?
We have Carol in the chat, but there's not the same person.
So here they are, Karen. And as I said, some of the cases are a bit dodgy, so I'm going to change those out for better ones and send them off on Monday. So let me pop those out of the way so I don't forget. So yeah, that was cool. I need to say also, when I was chatting with Zahir, I mentioned a channel by a chap who talks about corkscrews. I couldn't remember his name. His name is Gary, and he goes by Gary UK Reseller. He has a YouTube channel, and he sells corkscrews. He does sell other stuff, but he specialises in corkscrews. And he's in the chat group.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he made a post in there. So yeah, that's his channel that I couldn't remember at the time. Also, hi Val, if you're watching. I was just chatting to a lady called Val on Facebook who said she was going to try and tune in. So welcome, Val. See how organised I am.
I'm impressed.
What else? Yeah, what have we been up to today?
We went to Ikea.
Oh. It was
quite a quick walk around Ikea, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Ellen did the bit she enjoys where she goes around. She likes to go into the little places that look like houses. She likes to have a look around there. So we did that, and then we skipped everything else, went straight to the market hall, didn't we? Because
Andrea needs more storage. I bought some in, didn't I? Where did I put them?
Yeah, they're just there.
Oh, Andrea has the Kallax square box.
Yeah, loads of us have them.
Whatever.
So
we used to have them in a shop, didn't we?
What we're talking about.
And you need a load more. So we've gone for, what colour would you call that? Taupe?
Beige.
Beige. Grey.
Does it say a colour on it?
These fold out into boxes and they go in the in the storage units.
No, just a number.
And I think this goes quite well. Blue ones.
Yeah.
And you may have seen in some of Andrea's pictures when we shared sales that her backdrop is one of these units which has these on.
Yeah.
Flowery ones. We've got some more flowery ones.
So I've got more of them for the main unit and some of those to mix up for the units over the other side.
Yeah, we bought loads. How many did we buy? Like nearly getting on for £100 worth of them. Like, how many was it?
I don't know.
20?
Well, I bought 8 more of the floral ones and then 12 of the other ones.
20.
So yeah, 20.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We went to Ikea. I was kind of bribed to go by the thought of meatballs.
Yeah.
Well, that sounded all wrong. Well, we went and had lunch before we went shopping. So yeah. And they do meatballs.
We do
mash.
like their meatballs, and I don't eat the meatballs. I have the veggie balls, which are also vegan, and they're yum. They're really nice.
Yeah. So that's about all we did today, really, and then tried to get organised for the chat.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Karen's off because her kids are watching X Factor, and she can't hear us.
Fair enough. That looks like a battleship colour, says RJ Discounts. Yeah.
Which one?
The grey.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh no, the blue.
It's
no, the grey.
It's not grey.
Taupe. Battleship colour. Then there you go.
Yeah, they had some in that colour that was spotty, and I really wanted those, but they'd sold out.
Sold out the spotty ones. I think that will look good though. I think that will look classy. Just blue and battleship. Yeah. Oh, Zahir's popped in. Someone just mentioned Zahir. I can't see him actually in there. There you go. He says he'd rather list on FBA than go to Ikea. And Zahir can't stand FBA. Well, listing on it. Yeah, I don't really enjoy the place. I like to go in and get what I need and go. You guys like to browse and look at everything.
I know, you get annoyed.
So anyway, that's what we did today. Sales, eBay it's not been a good week on eBay. We've done okay, but not as much as we'd like. Been very up and down. But luckily, Amazon really kicked in for us this week, and that more than made up for it. So overall, we had a pretty good week. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff that I priced thinking I'll have to wait for December at Amazon has just flown out.
It's surprising, isn't it?
So that's been good. So like I say, made up for not a dismal week on eBay, but not as good as it has been. But then I haven't been listing much of my stuff because I've now sent 13 boxes up, 13, 15 kilo boxes up. So whatever that is, 170 odd kilos of gear. So I've been busy. Yeah. And then we cleared the loft, as you will have seen in that random loft video.
Indeed.
We haven't really been through any more of it. All I've done is listed a load of shuttlecocks, and they started selling. I've got some here. These quite surprised me actually. I've got loads of them. I got £26 for those 2 packs. We've got loads of those, and some bigger ones. But yeah, they're cool. They're brand new. I mean, you wouldn't get anywhere near that used. People want new shuttlecocks, but yeah. So that's good. We've actually started shifting that stock. We haven't sorted out any more of it. And you may see that massive monstrosity.
The stuff that you sent up to FBA.
Oh yeah, that's not the sports stock though.
No, not the sports stock.
Most of the RO stock we bought in the last January sales has now left the building. Yes. It's gone to Amazon. A little bit of it I had to list on eBay. Some was hazmat, some perfumes. And so I couldn't send it in. Mm-hmm. And some just seemed to go better on eBay. So that's that. I think that's it. I think that's all. Mm-hmm. We're not doing all that.
I think so.
Yeah. That's all my points of it. This is where we need a little newsreader thing. Okay, we're done.
And that's at the end when you're waiting for it to go off air. We need to shuffle our papers.
Yeah.
Shall we see what's going on in the chat then?
Can do. Right, let me scroll down a bit. So welcome everybody. If you've just arrived, we've now got 166 viewers in, which is epic. We do have Tat to share. You can see some of it here. Mountain of CDs.
Yeah.
Carla's in there. Hi, Carla. Christopher. Jason's in there. Let me scroll. Let me get to the end of the chat if I can.
Steve Green's in there.
Hi, Darren. Hi, Steve. Did you see Steve's post in the Tat chat?
I don't think so.
When you're looking through wrestling figures, look for the zebra.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Steve?
I'll have to have a look later.
It's going to stick with me. He made a post saying that with wrestling figures, the referees tend to have some pretty good value.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not sure, if you're just blinded by just wrestling figures, grab a referee, you'll do all right. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a great tip. Yeah, the giant thing is bubble wrap. This it's 2 rolls of bubble wrap. It's as tall as me nearly. It freaked you out when the postman turned up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you could through the window on our door, Andrew could just see this massive white thing.
And then he just popped out from behind.
Hello.
Hello, it's right here.
So yeah, I've got enough bubble wrap to wrap a battleship.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi Graham, she's popped in. There's another stew in there. Oh, stews, that's not stee. There's a stee and a stew. See, now I'm going to get confused with that.
I know.
Anne Hamilton's popped in. Okay, that bubble wrap is like the Doctor Who weeping angels. It will get closer if the lights go out. Don't tell me things like that. It hasn't moved, has it?
Yeah, don't blink.
Was it they come at you when you're not looking?
If you blink. Yeah.
Well, you can't not blink.
Well, you're not supposed to blink, otherwise they appear suddenly in front of you.
Doctor Who's insane. I'm not a Doctor Who fan, but I nearly called you Alison.
At first I thought you were going to call me Alan. I thought.
Alan? Who's Alan? Alan's in the chat. Oh dear. I've been to Ikea, you see. I took my brain out when I got there. Forgot to put it back in, clearly. Okay.
Right. Everyone was calling Daniel David yesterday.
Oh, that's confusing. Yeah, you may have seen Daniel, my little nephew, in some of the vlogs recently. He's got an older brother called David. And then Alison, one of Alison's daughters is Emma. And then, of course, we've got an Ellen. And my other sister has got an Erin.
Yeah.
All bets are off when I try and name those kids.
Yeah,
right.
And we've got an Aaron and a Darren as well.
An Aaron and a Darren. Well, it's just so confusing.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Katie, and then David's girlfriend's called Katie as well.
Yeah, and you've got a cousin called Katie.
Yeah. And my brother's got a daughter called Ella.
Oh, yeah. Ella, Ellen, Emma, and Erin. This is like a tongue twister. Did you see Carla's show when she was reading out tongue twisters from the chat? It was excellent. Anyway, we could just do this all night, but we need to share some stuff.
Where are we
going to start? I'm boiling. I need a drink.
I don't know. Should I start with some clothes?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went, I don't know if everyone's seen the video, but we went to a Jumble sale yesterday, which was £5 to fill like a large bin bag. So we had one each. Nick filled his very quickly, full of CDs, and then started trying to fill mine. And then I couldn't carry it anymore. So we ended up, we filled 3 in the end. It
was mad. Anyway, we'll get onto that later.
So I did pick up some clothing.
That was from somewhere else, though.
Yeah, that was from somewhere else. I was just putting it.
Do you want to do what's on top? I actually picked that up.
Yeah, you picked this up. I haven't looked this up. I think you did, didn't you?
Well, I'll screen share because it surprised me. We'll show what it is. Right,
yeah, it's a Cotton Traders pink corduroy coat. It's a large size. Well, it's 2XL.
Yeah, 2XL. It doesn't look much on the screen actually, but it's a really nice thing. Really thick. It's going to be super warm.
Yeah, it's
Cotton Traders.
Lined inside.
It's quite a good brand, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the label.
It's not bad.
Let me screen share because I quickly looked this up because it was something that I actually picked up, and I was surprised. So let me see if I've still got the window open. Oh, hold on. Oh, don't want to press that button. And I nearly ended the stream.
I've just got to read Carla's comment. She said, if you belong to a religion that allowed you lots of wives, you could make sure they all had the same initial and then just buy job lots of 9-carat jewellery from Argos for Christmas.
Great tip, Carla. Yeah, I'll work on that one. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I was briefly looking this up before we came live. And yeah, this was the only one I found that's sold. And this was on bids, as you can see. It had 6 bids and ended at $35.99. Now, this one is a medium, but generally we find larger the better with
the
clothing.
Medium is still quite a large size, isn't it? 16 to 18. Normally medium's like 12 to 14.
Oh, okay. but yeah, that's encouraging. So we're going to shoot for that sort of money, probably put it on at 40 and see. It does have, hang on, let me come out here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, I don't know, it might sponge off. Because the coat itself smells really nice. It's obviously been washed, but it's just
it's clean. I don't know if it got this. There's just a bit of a
have
mark on the
caught it
pocket.
in the boot or something.
We might have put that one in the boot, yeah, or at the Jumble, but I think that will sponge off. So that was actually a surprising pickup. Basically, we filled our first 2 bags, and then we were still kind of looking. So I went to the car, offloaded again, and then came back and bought another bag. And the place had been ravaged by that point. There's hardly anything left. So we were wandering around thinking, I've just paid a £5 for a bag. I'm going to fill this damn bag. And I kind of just went for it because it was there. And it turned out to be one of the better finds. Yeah. Oh, I also picked up that, which isn't great. Do you want to grab that one quick?
Yeah.
It might be, it's got a bit stuck, that hook.
Here a while.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there was this, which looks better than it is. It's a Woolmark pure wool, well, jacket and trousers. Suit. That's a good word for it. Yeah, I'll go with that. It's a suit. What's the brand? I can't remember what it is. Oh,
De Havilland.
Sounded posh, but I looked it up, and I think we'd be lucky to get 15 out of it. Probably have to try and squeeze a tenner out of it. But the thing is, once you've bought your massive bin bag at this particular Jumble sale for a £5, once I got all the CDs anyway, I knew we were, into profit. It was a case of just grabbing anything that looked half decent. So that wasn't great.
Graham Nichols has a question. He said, do you use an impulse heat sealer with your bubble wrap? You can make some neat packages for small stuff with that method.
I've never done that. No. Just wrap stuff up and sellotape it together. Yeah. It's a good tip though. I might have to try that out. Yeah. I'm assuming that's with the smaller bubbles. This stuff's the real chunky, like big round bubbles. But no, we did used to have a shrink wrap machine when we had the retail out. Yeah, I used to reseal some stuff.
Yeah, we didn't use it a lot though,
but never used it for a great deal. I kind of had some projects in mind for that, and we ended up selling it back on for more than I bought it for, which was nice. But yeah. Okay, cool tip.
Yeah. Okay, shall I carry on?
Yeah.
I picked this up as we were walking out the door. Really, we were sort of shuffling past people, and then I saw this on the table. It's a men's shirt. It's a Burton shirt. I mean, it's not huge money in it. I'm going to list it for about £9.99. But the reason I picked it up is because checks are really in fashion at the moment. Whether that goes for men as well, I don't know. But I thought that I might actually try and style it and say it could be unisex, because I don't see why a woman couldn't wear that as a blouse. So yeah, I just picked it up because of the check pattern on it. Yeah.
And like I was saying, once you've got a bag, you might as well just stuff it full of stuff.
Exactly. I don't know where to put everything now.
Give it here. I can be your glamorous assistant for once.
Thanks. And then again, they're F&F, so not huge value in them. I'll list them probably for £8.99, but they're wide leg trousers.
Wow. Flares.
They're very long.
They're quite 70s,
they're linen, but they're very in fashion at the moment, so I think they'll sell quite quickly. I really liked them, but unfortunately they're a bit big for me.
They're quite hippie. Oh, and we picked up some trousers that are like Indian styled, aren't they? Sort of really boho hippie. Are they the right words?
Yeah. All the key words.
And they fit Ellen, and she has worn them all day. She's obsessed.
She's worn them all weekend.
Yeah.
Well, since we came back from the Jumble.
So they were cool.
Yeah, she surprises me with what she likes. But yeah.
Yeah, well, she's normally wears black or
she's getting away from that.
21 Pilots shirts. Yeah. Right, yeah. Oh, we've had a super chat.
Oh wow.
Electronic Firing Squad.
Brian.
Brian. Yes, I'm starting to learn more names. He says, great channel and a great Facebook group. That'll be the Tat Chat group. Should be a link below. Actually, I might have forgotten to do that. Just search Tat Chat in Facebook and it comes up. Having a blast connecting with my fellow resellers from across the pond. Fantastic. Yeah. Brian is still threatening to make videos.
It would be really interesting if you do, Brian, because
that post you put on,
huge operation going on.
Yeah, just shelves full of consoles. It was
This post was very inspiring, I thought.
Yeah, quite the operation you've got going on there. I think that level would stress me out, something rotten, to be fair.
And then these are silk trousers. Just a pair of navy silk trousers. The brand is Debbie Morgan. I don't know if you can see that. Debbie Morgan. And I looked those up earlier. I'm going to shoot for about 20 on those. They need an iron, but apart from that.
20. Silk trousers.
They are pure silk trousers.
Mm.
Yeah, they feel quite weird. Another pair of linen wide leg trousers. They're just Marks and Spencer's, navy. I'm going to do them at $9.99.
Okay.
Nothing special.
So I was just trying to work out what everything owes you. Probably about 50p an item.
Do you think?
Did you fill up one bag? Or 1.5 bags?
1.5 bags, I think. This
I
is
don't know how many you got.
an M&S skirt. It is size 16. Do well with M&S skirts. I'm going to do that for about $11.99. It's just a long pencil skirt.
So it's like a work skirt then, really,
Yeah.
is it? I like to pretend I know what I'm talking about.
And this skirt I absolutely love. It's just an A-line sort of flippy skirt. It is by it's by a brand that I've never heard of, but they're very expensive because I looked them up earlier.
Did you say an A-line flippy skirt?
Flippy. Well, it's kind of, it's
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, they use it on for item specifics. Flippy.
Okay. So what's your A-line flippy skirt?
It is a silk blend, and I'm going to shoot for between 40 and 50.
What? Really?
I know they on the website. They're going for about £150.
Who pays that for a poxy flippy
Brand
skirt?
new. They're an expensive brand. I've never heard of them before, but I will certainly look out for that label again.
So did you just take a punt because it felt or looked nice?
Yeah, I like the pattern. It felt nice. I didn't know it was silk until I got it home.
There's something to be learnt there. And when Carla was chatting actually recently, she was saying that she picks up stuff. I think it was Carla saying that she likes the look of, and brands. Obviously does mean something, but not with everything. We're talking about Christmas jumpers as well. And brand doesn't really matter with that. You're buying the image that, and the likelihood is it was last year's one, so you can't get them anywhere anyway. So
exactly.
If you like it, buy it. That's mad if you can get 50 quid out of that.
No, I'm hoping so.
Wow.
This one is my favourite pickup. It is a vintage dress. It's got shoulder pads in it. It's quite long. Some sort of vintage tea dress. Doesn't have any particular branding to it.
Wow.
But I really, really like it.
So is that a makeupperprice.com?
It is a makeupperprice.com. I'm going for 40.
It's got shoulder pads.
I think probably the lowest I could get is about 20 on it.
It feels like a Brillo pad in there.
But it's, I don't know if it's 80s or 90s, but you could use all the good keywords for it. And I think it would be quite desirable because it's a really lovely print.
Cool.
And it's a nice design. So, yeah.
So could that be a homemade thing?
No.
Oh.
No, it's definitely not. It's got some labels in it, but it doesn't have any branding in it.
Blimey.
And then this is a Bowden skirt. This is another A-line cotton Bowden skirt.
That looks like a tea cloth. It does, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going to try about 20 on that.
Wow.
15 to 20.
Should we mix it up and mix in some tat, and then we'll come back and finish off your bits?
I've got a Bowden cardigan as well, so if I just say that.
I don't know where to put these.
All right, hang on.
No,
so it's really hard to see in this light, but this is a Bowden cardigan.
I can't get out.
And I'm going to try the same between 15 and 20 pounds on that.
Wow. So you did really well then. This is the first time I've seen most of this, by the way. And it's certainly the first time I've seen.
You'd be bored out of your brain.
It's the first time certainly I've heard any of these prices you're going to aim for. So there's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where to put them either.
You did good. Well, if you put one of those flat on the floor, so you don't get
the dog
Monty hair all over it. Oh, I'll just wake you up with that tonight. You're going to spread your hair everywhere now.
Just don't lie on it, please.
He's going to go and make a bed on that heap of clothing now. Oh, mummy, look at that. I can sleep there.
It's on the floor for me.
Perfect.
Go on. I can't move now.
So, going back to the jumble. Hang on, let me just dip in the chat, see if there's anything. Oh. Karen, question, Andrea. Have you sold any Yumi?
Yes.
There you go.
What was the question?
Yeah, just that.
Oh yeah, yes, I have sold Yumi. Sold a couple of dresses for about £15. Yumi.
One Man Riot, fantastic boho tea dress. That the green one.
Well, I did put boho down as a keyword in my notes. So yeah,
that will go quick. Says
I hope so.
One Man Riot.
I think so. I really like it.
Great Bowden skirt, that will sell quick too. That's where my bath curtain went. Nick, not the best commentator on women's clothes. You know,
it's because you don't wear them.
Not denying it.
Headline: Nick doesn't wear women's clothes.
Nick talking about clothes is almost as funny as Zahir's reaction. Yeah. I've got to pretend I know what I'm talking about. Every now and again, I get it right. Nick is considering switching to clothes reselling. Tried.
No.
I've been there.
No, it was torture for him.
Bores me senseless, I'm afraid.
I heard you talking about that actually. And was it the chat or was it when you were talking to Caroline?
It was when we were chatting with Caroline. We were all saying that it pays to follow your passion because you enjoy it, therefore you do it more. You don't have to force yourself to work.
Yeah. Oh, I remember you were a nightmare. I've never known you so like just down, really down.
I was missing.
And you didn't want to tell me the reason why you were down. It went on for weeks until I eventually said to you, I really just think you should stop listing clothes.
Well, we kind of, as we do with most things we do, if you followed our channel for the last 3 years, you'll realize we kind of go all in on something. Yeah. So we'd rented a storage unit and office space to set up this clothing business and expanded it, and spent a lot of money setting it all up.
Yeah.
And really went for it. And like not long in, I realized I really didn't like selling clothes. You knew already, but I wasn't really saying. So then secretly I
know you well.
Secretly I was going, well, not secretly, but I was going to the boot sales and just buying loads of tat again. And slowly my part of the office just filled up with tat, and it's like, well, I want to sell this gear.
When you started making your videos, that's where you used to sit, in that little office.
Yeah, that's when I started making videos, was when I just got back into selling general stuff and moved away from the clothing and left you to deal with that. Yeah. Right, where was I? I was going to say something. Can't remember. Anyway, so you may have seen the Jumble sale vlog, and you may have seen me sitting on the floor at my sister's looking through piles and piles of CDs. I went in with my bag for £5, which were proper full-size bin bags. Went over to the table that was just covered in media and just started picking up the boxes and putting them straight in. And the guy behind was like, okay, and started helping me. He was fine. But then a couple of other chaps turned up and were flicking through. And
yeah, I think if nobody else had been there and it was just you, I wouldn't have felt so embarrassed. But I think it was the fact that there were some people that were just like, oh, they were just trying to look through them, and then you were like, thanks.
I was saying to them, do you want to, have you finished looking at that box? Yeah, okay, I'll have the box then. And one bloke, I think it dawned on him while I was doing it. It was like, oh yeah, I've got a bag to fill up. Perhaps I should just grab them by the handful. And he kind of joined in after that. But anyway, it was fine. I ended up with well over 200 CDs. I spent an hour or so last night going through some. I've already found a few to send to Amazon, about £25 worth. A few I'm going to stick on eBay, another sort of £20-30 worth. The Foo Fighters ones have sold to Karen,
not Carol.
Yes. And then stuff that's just not worth dealing with, I'm sending some to Magpie. I've got a little Magpie order on the go there. There's only about a tenner's worth there, but that's fine. It's the stuff that already owes me nothing. And then a stack going to Ziffit. There's about £20 worth there. A couple of keepers so far. I don't actually own this, which is embarrassing. It's a classic pulp, different class. I bought most of the singles off this album, never bought the album. So
yeah, did you not have it before?
No,
Oh,
I never owned that. And I think Magpie would give me 10p or something.
but also
so
I think because we worked in record shops at the time, it used to get played a lot during the day.
It was played a lot, yeah. And like I say, I had all the singles, and yeah, I don't know, I'd never got around to it. And then this, only because I don't actually have that particular best of in my collection.
I thought you did.
I may well have now. I've said it. Weirdly, it doesn't have a printed barcode on it. I thought it might be a rare early edition, but it's not. I've checked the catalogue number. So I thought I had every CD of theirs, so I may well have that actually. Anyway, it's Depeche Mode best of. So
we've had a super chat from George Ross of £2, and he says, what top 3 things would you change on or within eBay?
Oh wow.
Well, thank you for the super chat, George.
Yeah, thanks for that, George. Top 3 things would you change on or within eBay? Wow.
Things that they do, or things that we do, I don't know.
Excuse me. I don't know. I'd need to think about that.
Yeah, I'd need to.
I'm going to have a coughing fit in a minute.
I don't know, because things have changed so much over the years, haven't they, since we started doing it?
I'm boiling up.
Oh,
Can you hold the fort? I'm going to go and take my hoodie off.
You don't want me to answer that question because I need to have a coffee.
Come on, Monty, you come with me.
I'll tell you what, I'll carry on my clothes haul.
Oh, okay. I won't be a sec.
Yeah, I'll carry on that. We'll get back to you, George, on that question. So this is Jacques Vert, and it is a really nice coat, just a normal sort of black coat. I think it's wool. Yeah, it is. It's virgin wool and cashmere. And I'm going to shoot for about £30 on that. When I say that I'm shooting for something, I generally mean that's the highest price I'm going to go for. Sometimes put best offer on, and yeah, sometimes I have to drop the price, but I normally go high and hope for the best.
What are you hoping for the best about?
Saying that I go in high. When I say that I'm going to shoot for something, I'm going high on it, and then I may drop the price if it doesn't sell. But you know, I like to try things.
Yeah, well, there's no harm in starting high and coming down.
No.
You can't do it the other way around. Start low and then regret. Well, we've all been there, though, haven't we? Start something low or stick it on at a low price, and it goes. And you think, oh, I should have tried an extra tenner. So I try and remind myself of that and start high, and it's worked really well recently on some stuff.
Yeah, it has for me actually.
So, yeah, going back to George's question, I'd have to really think about that. I don't know what my top things. I used to like being able to leave feedback for buyers. So I don't know if they could implement that in some way. It feels like buyers get a pretty easy ride.
Have you shut him out there because he's barking now?
Oh, do you want to let him back in? He likes to be around us. So can you hear him? Just because I managed to shut the door to the living room. Come on then. Don't sleep on the clothes.
Up and down today.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to have a think about that, George, and get back to you.
Yeah.
Andrea, how many clothes do you list a week?
I aim for about 50 items a week, and that, you know, I see people aiming for like 100, 200, and I just don't know how you do it. I honestly don't, because you know, that is including obviously photography, research, you know, everything, measuring everything that goes with it. That
doesn't include relists. That's 50 brand new.
Yeah, it doesn't include any sell-similar or relists. That's all brand new listings.
But you are very, very particular in what you do. I am particular. It takes you a long time to do a listing.
Yeah.
So that's...
I thought that was interesting when Zahir and Beck were talking about that. And I think Beck and I are quite similar in how particular we are at how, you know... I think Zahir has had similar frustrations that I've had with you about, just list it. Don't worry about... all of that detail and I do. This, that, and the other. I like things to be, you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that. I think there's a compromise somewhere in the middle
between how I do things and you do things. But I don't cut corners. I just try and do it super efficiently.
I know. And
Anyway.
I get frustrated with myself sometimes.
Let's not have a domestic live on air.
It's just a conversation. I do get frustrated with myself, but I just don't know how to cut it down anymore. So there we are. It is what it is.
Lewis, I aim for 50 as well. It's super hard. Kevin sold his first VHS today. Wouldn't normally bother, but got it for free. Oh, Fireman Sam, like a video cassette. I thought you meant a video player. Fireman Sam. Yeah, I sold a Fireman Sam one not long ago for 10 with shipping, I think.
Yeah, and Postman Pat.
And a Postman Pat.
Like original.
And they were recalled stuff from Amazon. They'd set up at Amazon for like nearly a year. They were going to get long-term storage fees. So I thought, oh, sod it, well, get them sent back. I nearly had them destroyed. Stuck them on eBay, and they're both sold within a week or two. Some things are better on eBay, clearly. Anyway, so going back to the CDs, I've already pulled out 20 odd pounds worth. It's going to Amazon, similar for eBay. Sold those Foo Fighters ones. Then I've got already about 30 pounds worth of Ziffit and Magpie stuff, and I have only been through about a fifth, I think.
Barry says Andrew and Beck's perfectionists, yet they married the men they did.
That's harsh. I still think that Andrew and Beck should take over the Tat Chat for a week, and then they can just moan about us for an hour, tell it like it is. Yeah. So yeah, there's just piles of it, and I haven't gone through all of this on here yet. So it would be a pure guesstimate, but there's hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth I'm going to get back. And I love it. I love selling CDs. I love sorting them. I love everything about it. There's some really cool stuff in here as well. Really nice Echo and the Bunnymen early single there. People Are Strange. Their cover of the classic Doors track. That is a cover, that, isn't it? People Are Strange. So, yeah. Kylie Christmas. I bet you'll just keep.
No, I won't, because I told you I listen to Spotify now.
Yeah. Not for the car?
No, because I listen to Spotify in the car. Now I've got my fancy mini.
Show off. And who remembers Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo? I showed this to Ellen. She looked at me like, what? What is that?
She's never seen South Park.
This guy, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's South Park. And when was it? 98, 99, we were working at Virgin. This character from South Park, Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo, had a single out, which I think was #1. I don't know. It was big. I sold shed loads of this. And they even released little soft toys of that, which sell for silly money. Yeah. I can't remember off the hand, but 30, 40 quid, something like that.
You're going to open it up.
Was it? Oh, yeah, go on. I can't even remember how this goes. What is this song?
This is the best bit. A Christmas poster
of a poo with a hat on. Only South Park. So yeah, there's some really, the cool thing about this haul as well, most of it is this era from when we were both working at Virgin, and we remember processing this stuff and selling it, and a lot of it really took us back. A lot of stuff had receipts. This is from a store we both worked in. This is from Virgin in Stevenage where we both worked. It's after we've both left.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's some good stuff. Really nice Cure best of, which I'll probably keep, so I don't have a copy of that. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun going through the rest of this.
Yeah, you're like a pig in mud, aren't you, really?
Yeah, totally. I didn't pick up much other than that. I spent a good while clearing all the media, and all the good stuff was gone in the first 10 minutes. There was a queue of, not a big queue, Jumble, compared to some we go to, but they were pretty much all resellers. And by the time I got to the bric-a-brac, there was nothing of any consequence left, apart from a couple of bits. So I'll quickly show you them.
I just want to say, Jack says, do you listen to CDs before you sell them, or do you just take a chance? We don't listen to them, but we check the surface. You can see whether there are deep scratches and whether you think that will affect the audio on it. So yeah. Yeah,
if a CD is visually scratched up, I won't bother selling it. If it's worth a lot of money, I'll get it repaired, get it skimmed.
Yeah, because if the if it's just light surface marks, then skimming is, the answer. But if it's deep, then it probably
you can't repair a lot of deep scratches anyway.
We've seen some awful ones where you can actually see light through it.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been buying and selling CDs since I was first self-employed, which was in '98 when I set up a little record shop, and I just know now what's going to be fine and what's not. So I go on my own judgment.
On autopilot. They're like, if you've got one of my CDs in your hand, you're like checking.
I do it in my sleep.
Light, and I'm like, that is my CD. I haven't.
Because when we had our high street shop, and it was a gaming trading shop, just like CEX, I used to buy in hundreds of items a day. So that action of looking and checking the disc and then refuse pile and buy pile, it's just second nature to me now. Actually, that is a mess.
Is it? Having said that.
That I'll just have that as a copy for the car.
Yeah, and also, I was going to say, it looks like it's had hairspray on it as well.
Lovely. Yeah, so the only other bits I picked up were I didn't buy this at the Jumble sale. Andrea found out that Depeche are on the cover of Q, and there's a big article in there. Haven't even looked
that
yet.
in HMV, not at a Jumble.
So I don't know how long it's been since they've been on the cover of Q, if ever. I don't remember them being on. I probably did.
But £4.50
for a magazine. Who pays that for a Poxy magazine?
I don't very often, but
we don't very often.
I bought it as a present, so
yeah, so that's cool. It's not long till we go and see him again.
Yeah.
The only other bits I chucked in my bag, like I said, when you've got a bag and it's not full up, you think, oh, I've got to fill it up. I picked up a Lumix digital camera. It was like this at the Jumble, strapped to a charger. So what would you assume? The charger goes with the camera. No? What?
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to lie on the clothes.
But no, this is a Lumix, which is that Panasonic? Yeah, Panasonic Lumix. And the charger is for a Fujifilm camera. And the battery that's in here certainly doesn't fit in there. That has some value as a spare charger. The camera does, but I looked into the battery. These people have been selling, as long as they're the genuine Panasonic, for about £15. So yeah, it was worth picking up anyway. It just made me laugh when I got home that somebody had gone to the trouble of elastic banding them together and they are totally different. Anyway, so that was that. Can't get it back together. There we go. Oh, we've got some wine glasses just for ourselves.
I don't know why you're showing them.
Well, it's just,
I'm not going to resell them.
No, these aren't to resell. They're quite nice.
Yeah, they are nice glasses.
Because we've got sort of the remainder of about 3 different sets now, haven't we? Because over the years we've broken them, and so we've got 6, so we can probably get rid of some of the others now, or keep them somewhere for when we have parties.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I picked those up, because it's Ellen's birthday coming up. We're having a family party, so
yeah. And then a nice vintage Topsy and Tim book. Unfortunately, somebody's written on it 75p at some point. Don't
There's
think I'll
written
be able to...
inside as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of writing inside, but again, it was chuck it in a bag. This that I might end up being given to my dad, because my dad likes a hairy biker. Shh, don't tell him I told you. This as well has got a price on it, which obviously we didn't pay. We were just filling bags. Ooh.
Well, we might have to use some of that sticky off.
Yeah. the what is it? Hazmat sticky off. Anyway, it's Hairy Biker's cookbook. So I don't know if I'll be reselling that, because it might be given to my dad. And then this. Anybody know what this is? It's upside down. I don't want to turn it around because it kind of says what it is on the other side. It goes the other way up like that. See if anyone knows. I'm just going to sit and wait because there's a delay.
Yeah, no, there's always a delay.
But that's about, oh no, and this, which I think we're just going to use for like a family gathering or something. Don't think it has much value to resell, but it's a pub quiz.
If it's got no value, we might use it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think we'll just use it for when we go family camping or when we have a party.
Thailand Heron said an exercise thingy.
Balance board, exercise thingy. Yeah, they're actually, it's like for physiotherapy. It's good for core muscles and for your knees and leg strength. So
for physio, yeah.
Physio, yeah.
Oliver just said, yeah. Totally. When Ellen dislocated her knee, she had to use one of those.
Yeah. Like I say, at this point we had bags that we had space in, so I was just chucking stuff in. It's the sort of thing that
was the thing you chucked in my bag, and I was like,
I chucked it in Andrew's bag. It looked like, you know, it's one of those things that it probably is quite expensive to buy, but they're not, apparently.
Oh, they're not.
No, someone's selling these very ones, I think, on eBay for about 15 new. So I think I'll struggle to get a tenner out of it, but you know, it's cool. Yeah. I think that is it.
Is that?
It was mainly just the mountains of CDs that I got.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that. Oh my god. Oh, we went to, again, if you've seen the vlog, if you haven't, go and watch it, 'cause it's quite funny because Daniel was in the end of it again. Yeah. We met my sister at the Jumble, and then she said there was another one over in Stevenage. So that worked out great timing wise, didn't it? So we went over with Alison to that one, and it turned out to be more of a tabletop sale, but it was
a bit odd, really.
Yeah. There was hardly any people there. I don't know if they'd not promoted it.
Well, of course, we turned up like an hour early because, you know, for Jumble sales, we think we need to get there early because there's a queue. So we turned up an hour early, and the lady said, "Oh, just go in through that door," thinking we're going to help. There was nobody else there apart from the people that were setting up, and we just stood there, didn't we, outside the door all by ourselves with Nick's sister for like about an hour, just standing there.
Yeah, and all the people were setting up in, well, all the people. There was literally 6 stall holders.
And then 2 other people turned up behind us, and that was it at the beginning.
Yeah, so they're clearly paid to be there, and nobody really turned up. Anyway, we went in. The first thing I found were these. These are Octonauts, tiny little play sets. This is Peso, the penguin. 2 of him. They're good. They go for about 20, either eBay or Amazon. No, maybe 15. Can't remember. But I've decided I'm going to pair them up with these. These aren't so popular. Octonauts again, but it's this Shellington and a shark. But yeah, I'm thinking now eBay. I'll just pair them up at £20 a pair, and I should get that easily, probably with shipping on top. So there's 2 of each of those. They were £1 each, and then I haggled to £3 for the 3. So if I can get 40 back on that, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy there who was a bit of a dealer, a bit of a, you know, wheeler dealer type. And he had a load of new stuff. I talked to him a bit. He buys stuff in clearance sales, sells it on eBay, sells it on Amazon, does all the stuff I do really. And he was just clearing stock. And he had these, which I scanned into Amazon, found out there's a bit of value in it. I've actually now listed them on eBay. He wanted £10 a pack, and I was like, okay, not interested. There's no money in it for me. Went around and looked at all the other stalls, and then he called me over and he went, "Would you do 7 or something?" I was like, it's really not worth my time. There's so little margin in it. And before I left, he shouted out, "5 each." Well, I said to him, it'd have to be as low as £5 for me to be interested. No worries, I'll leave it. And we started to go, and then he just went, "Go on then, £5 each if you buy all of them."
He needed to clear them, didn't he? He's obviously not selling them very quickly.
Yeah, so I got the 5, and they're listed at 18 or 19 each. Not great, but it's one listing, and they should do well at Christmas. Yeah. I could still send them into Amazon and hope to get similar money, but we'll see. So that's that.
3D Framer said, "I'm originally from the Stevenage area, from Watton. Is the outside car boot still on in the car park in the industrial area? The Kodak one, yes, it is, but it's really not very good anymore.
It's rubbish these days."
Yeah.
When we started doing this in the late 90s, early 2000s, we'd go there, and there would be like 100 stalls, and it would be huge. These days, we've been, and sometimes you don't get one complete row.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one that we went to originally, wasn't it? That was the one that we used to go to all the time.
Yeah. So it's really dwindled. I think a lot of trade from there goes over to Hatfield now. which is really good. It's much better boot sale at Hatfield. And a lot of trade from there goes to Biggleswade and other places, but it's just dwindled. I think they tried to start building it up by making it cheaper to sell. We sold there a couple of times because it's cheap to sell there. And as a seller, it's sometimes to your benefit that there's less stalls. Still a lot of buyers go there.
Yeah, we've done all right one time we went, but the last time
was a waste of time.
Awful. I think I had more stolen than I sold.
Yeah.
I went to put all the clothes back in the box and had lots of empty hangers.
Yeah. But it is still going, that one. But we don't go very often. Okay.
Yeah. Gary Pesquet said Stevenage is getting better. Stevenage is getting better. It's on to the end of the month, and then they all move to Welwyn Garden City.
Right. Welwyn Garden.
Oh, Stuart's in. Said we went to the one in Biggleswade today. Lots of stalls over there.
Hey, Stuart. Yeah, we're still trying to resist going to boot sales until we make another dent. Now I've filled up my shelves again. Now I've got to start again. Go. Yeah.
And we discovered there's another Jumble, isn't there? Like every other week. There's one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Might just go and have a look.
But if it's a Jumble that's on every week, surely that's just going to be recycled stuff.
I don't know.
Because where would you get enough to host a Jumble every week? Yeah. Oh, I need to. What's Stuart saying? Who hi lol? What?
I think you meant to say hi.
I need to call you and sort out when we're going out for drinks. Actually, still haven't arranged that.
Yeah, everybody else doesn't need to know about that though. No. Just arrange our social lives.
Balance board ? Are we still?
If anybody wants to know, Stuart is Nick's sister's other half, so he's our brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And Daniel's dad.
Daniel's dad.
No, that's better to put it that way. It doesn't matter.
Everyone knows Daniel, so just call him Daniel's dad. It will make more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still talking about the balance board.
You've seen him playing drums in your last. Yeah.
Yes. Graham explains what the balance board is. You use it to improve your balance and strengthen your ankles and core. Yeah. And leg muscles and knees, because that's what Ellen had it for.
Yeah, she did it for her knees.
Well, she did actually have one, did she? Not here.
No, she went to have physio.
Oh, and she used one. Okay. Excellent. We're all going for drinks. Yeah, Carla, if you can make it up this way, we're going out soon.
Stuart says, I've been called worse.
What did I call him?
I don't know. I said he was
Daniel's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of, Stuart.
One Man Riot. Call him the drummer. Easier to remember. Okay, Stuart is the drummer.
Stuart the drummer. There you go. You have to change your YouTube name now.
Job done. Right, I don't have anything more to share.
Okay, I've got maybe one or two things left in my box.
Have you?
I have.
What? Oh, you said it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to compose myself. Okay, so this
what's
is
going round in your mind now?
This is a faux suede skirt from M&S. It's just like a sort of panelled skirt, long maxi skirt. $11.99 on that, I think.
Okay, so you're going to shoot for $11.99.
Yep.
And you still do shipping on top of all your stuff?
Yes,
yeah?
I do shipping on top.
Cool.
And then these are the golf trousers that you picked up.
Yeah, I grabbed these. They just looked expensive, but they're really not. The brand is Maine, and they're actually labelled as golf trousers. Maine Golf, it says inside. But yeah, there are some completed exactly the same, and I think we'll struggle to get £10 out of them. Yeah. But as I said before, when you're filling a bag, you might as well take a punt on a few things. It's a great way to experiment, as you found with some of your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. These are the last things I've got are quite bog standard, really. This is a Topshop pencil dress. I just really like the polka dot design on that. $9.99. I'm going to go for on that.
Why are they called pencil dresses?
It's like a pencil skirt where it's straight.
Oh, because it's straight.
Yeah.
Is that the reason? Oh.
And this is the same. This is a pencil dress, but this is next. You could also use the keyword work dress. It's a sort of a khaki green colour. Doesn't show very well on here. £9.99 on that as well. And the last thing I've got in my box.
Stop talking about your box.
Oh, it's a pair of monsoon trousers. They're just khaki green. They're small size 8. £8.99 on those. So nothing special, but yeah.
Well, if you sell one of your bigger ticket items, it doesn't matter what all of this stuff does it?
And like you said, with the stuff that you've picked up, I mean,
well, I think we're good for a couple of £100 profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Once I sold the decent stuff and then sent the rest off to the music buyers, and so yeah, that was good.
So the rest is a bonus.
Absolutely.
And at the Jumble that wasn't that great, the only thing that I picked up was just a papaya, brand new with tags. Skirt.
Where's papaya? Is that a shop?
Papaya is Matalan.
Oh right, okay.
I think, fairly sure.
Yeah.
And I only picked it up because it was 50p and it was new with tags. So I mean, there's obviously not a lot of value in that, but I was just
It was.
I just felt like I needed to buy something. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, because I think I said in the video we made, the vlog of it, it was weird because so few buyers. There was us two and Alison. That was about it, and maybe one other person or two that walked in with us, and they weren't there for long.
It was very, very
so
quiet.
All the still, it was really quiet in there. All the stall holders were just watching us wander around, like saying, "Come and buy my stuff."
Yeah.
And also, we'd stood at the door. We weren't allowed in until the time. I don't know why, because they were all standing around waiting for us, and we were standing there waiting to go in. Yeah. Anyway, and I could see the first stall just on the inside of the door where we were stood had wrestling figures on the table, and I was like, oh, and one I could see was Hulk Hogan. I was like, okay, I'm going straight there. And I went straight in thinking, yay, I've got some wrestling figures. And they were all fakes. They were all unbranded, really cheap, nasty knockoffs. I was like, oh. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. Oh, and I did buy some DVDs, but I've already listed them. So yeah, I don't have them to hand. 4 or 5 DVDs, a couple of sealed bits. Oh, some are going to Amazon and some are on eBay. So that's all we got, really, apart from the toys and games, which were pretty nice.
Yeah.
Did Alison get much from there? I can't remember what.
Yeah, she got some clothes. Yeah, she got a few bits.
Fabulous. All right.
See what's going on in the chat. Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock.
Lisa says, Carla, go pack your case, you plonker, or you'll be going in your pajamas.
Carla's going on holiday, isn't she?
Oh, she is, yeah, off to Turkey.
Yeah. Well, have a fab time, Carla.
Yeah, have fun. When we went to Turkey a few years back, it was because we went in summer holidays because we had Ellen at school. It was so super hot. It would be about right now when it's starting to cool off. Because we went to Cyprus out of season once, and that was really nice. Okay. Has Andrea been on the wine?
No. I'm on coffee.
Did you see that look? What look?
You can see coffee. See?
Oh.
No wine in my cup.
Did I give you a look or did you give me a look?
I don't know.
Nick is back in the room.
We often give each other looks, don't we?
I don't think they understand car boot sales in Turkey, says Carla. It would have to be a back of the moped sale. Oh, it is Matalan, says Karen.
Yeah, I did think it was.
Okay. Be careful opening that box. You never know what you'll find, says Ray.
Well,
always a mystery.
Stuart said that Alison got a few bits of clothing. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Twin Red Dragons was messaging me on Facebook. It says he was talking about trying to upgrade his shop level. And apparently eBay have said that he must have a VAT number and a business account for the middle shop. Now, we've got a middle shop and we haven't been VAT registered for about 4 years.
Perhaps they're changing things.
Why would you have to be VAT registered? I mean, that's only, you only hit that when you reach turnover of 85 grand. That is odd.
Strange.
Oh, and you have to have a business account for middle shop. Well, that's fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
I had no idea that they're making you be VAT registered. We're not, and it is the middle-sized store we have.
Well,
Isn't it?
we can perhaps expect that. Just before Christmas, they'll freeze our account.
That doesn't make sense to me. Why they would do that? Question: how much sports stuff have you listed? Do you have any boxing equipment? I have listed the shuttlecocks.
Woohoo!
Woo! I have been
Start.
busy doing FBA and stuff. Yeah, that's it. We've got to go through it all really and work out what we've got and what we can list seasonally right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big job. Oh, Ray meant
so-
Pandora's box.
Okay.
Okay.
Peter Ray said, how much did the bubble wrap, giant bubble wrap, cost? Perhaps we should add that to our list of
I can't remember offhand.
materials and stuff.
I don't know. I'll find out. Hi, sorry. Charlie says, hi, how do you super chat via PayPal, or what's your eBay name so I can buy something off you? I don't tend to share my eBay name because it's not something, it's not a self-promotional show this, but it's not actually hard to find. Super chat you should be able to do easily. There's a little S under the chat. Click on that and use any credit card through Google Payments, I think. But yeah, only super chat if you want to. You don't need to support us in that way. It's really nice if you feel you want to, but yeah, don't worry about it. Just being here and watching is enough support. Yeah, Alan's World says, I have the middle shop, no issues. Yeah, same here. Yeah. Going back to that VAT question. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So are you done with all your stuff?
I have done. Yeah, that's everything.
You want to put those back in there?
Back.
I think, guys, we'll wrap this up shortly. So yeah, we had a fun weekend.
Because now I'm going to go and have a glass of wine and watch the X Factor.
Oh, X Factor. I sit next to Andrea. Well, I tend to sneak back in here when X Factor's on. But if I'm sat there, I kind of wind you up anyway because I just shout at the telly.
You heckle it.
You were heckling at it
I was
yesterday.
shouting at Nicole Scherzinger yesterday, I tell you.
I could hear you.
Getting
You were
rid of
going,
her.
no!
Getting rid of that really good singer. What was she doing? Anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a fun weekend. I hope you guys did. We have definitely scratched our tat itch this weekend. See, that sounds filthy as well. Wait, Monty, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Should we try and get him in to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Let's try and do that. I've got to move my ponies.
Oh dear.
Oh, I've got issues.
Gonna knock that bin over.
Right. Right, we're going to wrap this up. Monty, you coming up? Don't sit down.
Oh, he's just preparing himself.
Stand up. Whee!
Oh, nearly got his head.
Okay.
Nearly got him. Here he is, Scraggle Puss himself.
It's amazing how long his hair is again, because he was shaved, doesn't feel like a long time ago. We had him cut short, but he's already getting his winter coat back on. Trouble with him is, if I just do this, you'll see. No, you can't see it on there. It's a nightmare because he goes into Andrea's office where it's pretty much all clothing.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time linting stuff.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Why couldn't you be a dog that doesn't shed his hair, eh? Huh, Monty? Anyway. Yeah, so thanks for watching. We've currently got 234 viewers that have stuck with us this long. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, isn't it?
That is. Wow, that's quite a number.
And that's all for you, Monty.
Thanks for everyone's continued support with the channel.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much.
We thoroughly enjoy hanging out with you.
We do, and we very much appreciate it.
So if you enjoy it, give us a thumbs up. We always like a bit of thumbs up action.
What have you drinking today? Honestly?
I've had nothing. I did have a fair bit of cider last night. I might still be drunk. And we'll see.
You're tat drunk, aren't you? That's what it is.
I'm junk drunk.
Oh, junk drunk. Yes.
Oh, I still want to do junk drunk t-shirts. I think that'd sell well. Anyway, thank you. A lot of people are saying great show. Thank you. No, pleasure's all ours. We'll see you again next Sunday. In between then, we'll have a Tat Chat show on Tuesday, which
on your channel
is here on this channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't forget Zahir and Beck will be live on Friday as well. Always check that out. And we'll see you soon, guys. Say bye, Monty.
I didn't like that.
Don't grab my feet,
No.
Dad. Let me put you down. Okay. See, look, I'm now covered in tiny little white hairs.
Time to go and get the lint roller.
Yes. Right, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Okay, have a good week. Bye.